Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Good evening. Good evening. It is Friday. It is a stitching time for Stitch and Crime. How are you all doing? It is Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th. Let's see. So far, I see Sharon. Good to see you. I see Joan. Hey, Joan. Danny Banani's here. Crochet Leni is on. She got me on the TV. Won't be reading the chat. We'll try to keep you up to date. There is Mary Webb. Good evening, Mary Webb. How are you tonight? Welcome in, everyone. Hello, Lorene. Good evening to you. So happy to have you here. Now, if anyone was in the chat before we started, just come back and say hello. It's been insane. That has just been insane. Hello, Sally. Good to see you. Tank's here. Yay. Hello, Tank. How are you? I hope everyone is having some pleasant weather. I know not everybody is, but hopefully this week more people have had pleasant weather. We are supposed to have some storms. Hello, Kim. And also, I do want to tell you, I am aware that as of about 7 o'clock this evening, Michael at MDO Crochet will be going live, and he is doing a 24-hour forget what he's calling it, but a 24-hour live. And I know people will be coming in and out, and that is A-okay. Your life. You do what you want to do. Right? Yes. The whole thing is very, very odd to me. Hey, Ola Joe. As a matter of fact, Danny, I just kind of had to step away from it. As of yesterday, I haven't watched anything. I'm like, I'm kind of up to here right now with that story. Yeah. I'm waiting for some sort of a press conference where we find something out. Hey, Shad. Good evening, my friend. Good evening. I hope everyone will stay, but I will understand. Like I said, it's your life. Now, what's in my cup? I can't wait. I can't wait. Are you guys ready? I got a new cup. I got a new cup for Valentine's Day. Are you guys ready for it? So exciting. Hey, Patty. Welcome in. Yes, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. So in my cup, I have Colombian with a little shot of caramel and some cinnamon. Are you guys ready? Here we go. That's my Valentine cup. If you know, you know. This is back to the original. This is the original series. Hello, Helix. Welcome in. Arity, girl, what did you do? Y'all, I'm going to open this too. I'm going to open, this is from Arity. I don't know what it is, but it's from Arity. I don't know what she did. We're going to find out though. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. I'm sending my love. How's that? I'm sending hugs and cheers and my love, and that's Mr. Fire. We got each other. That's all we need. I could not help it. I had to get that cup. Oh, you think so? She might have. She doing some shenanigans. Is she Helix? Is she doing some shenanigans? Somebody else came in. Did I miss somebody? Mimi. Oh, my friend Mimi is here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. My grandkids are going to be in your neck of the woods tonight. Okay. Um, they're on their way. I'm going to get to see the grandkids this weekend. So you guys probably won't see much of me. Oh, well, I'll let you know. If there's any sunflowers in here, I'll know it was for you. Uh, thank you. Right before we came on, you know what I did? I didn't have any, my hair was looking kind of fly away because I had taken a shower and I'd put some real light gel in it. And right before we went on, I was like, I need to put something in there. I need to do something. So you know what I did? I used Bath and Body Works. And this one is the lip mask, the coffee one. And it's like a balm. So I just put that on. I smell really good right now. I smell like all the way around. I smell like coffee. Hey, you know what? Use what you got, right? Oh, that is wonderful. That is really wonderful and very kind of you, Arity. I can't wait to open it. We are going to open it here very soon. Holly. Oh, Holly, good to see you. Oh, how are things? Oh, good to see you tonight. I do have some. There's Linda. Hello, Linda. There's a package on its way to you. There's a package on its way to Kathy. Those are, if you guys haven't seen, I have 2 videos where I picked winners for the last 2 make-alongs. And those prizes are already in the mail. Good evening, Bridget. How are you? Yes. It's just, I'm sure it has been a lot. And keeping up, it's just very distracting of our lives too. It's almost like the whole OJ thing, right? Isn't it to you guys a lot like the whole OJ thing? Wow. Well, I hope that you are well. I'm sending all the good vibes that everything is good, and I'm glad you're here. Okay. Whew. Now, I think my chat is moving like it should be. Hello, Lorna. Good evening, Lorna. Good to see you. And I see I have lots of people who are watching and lurking, and I'm saying hello to all of you too, and thank you for being here. Now, right before coming on, I do want to mention my friend Ellen over at Ellen's Crochet. And I want to say, girl, yes, yes. Something has been weighing on my mind for quite some time. Oh, that's wonderful news. Congratulations. Congratulations. You've been busy. You have been really busy. Oh, I bet you're making all kinds of things for her now, too, though, huh? Somebody to make stuff for. That's awesome. Thank you, Lorna. This one is one of the Timu ones. Right? This is what she was talking about. Right here. And I want to post this right here on the screen because I want to at least say to you, okay? I'm not going to see all of the chat for a minute because I have something serious to say. This channel has always been no religion, no politics, no negative comments. I do my very, very best to keep this a drama-free environment. Everybody is welcome. I do have some people blocked, and that is because those people continue to try to suck me into their drama in their life, and I'm not going to have that. And those people have been blocked because I'm not going to do that. So just know that that is what we do here. We do say we're sending prayers. We do say we're sending, happy whatever. We do all of that here. But we don't do any of the other, and we're not having it. Just not having it. My subscriptions, like Ellen said, my subscriptions are private. That's my business, not yours. Nobody needs to know what I watch and what I don't watch and who I like and who I don't like. Nobody needs to know. That's my business. So I just wanted to reiterate that and make sure you all understand that that's where I'm coming from. Absolutely. When I am on YouTube with you all and hanging out, this is my happy place. This is where I come to hang out and to talk to people and to interact and to show what I'm doing and to share what I'm doing. Mr. Fabric goes, "Yeah, okay." But I mean, seriously, y'all are the people that really care what I made or what I did. It's my entertainment. It's my escape. It's all of those things. You can do whatever you want to do on your own channel. I don't care, but I have to watch it. I don't have to watch it. It's my entertainment, and I don't need that here in my world. So, hi Bree. Good evening. I'm so glad you came in. Hello, Terry. Good to see you tonight. Oh, thank you. And I'm so glad you all feel that way. I'm really so glad. That's exactly right. Tank knows. If I don't like something, I just say whistle. And it's a done deal. So, okay. Here we go. My 48 hours shawl is almost finished. Oh, I have not set up my camera tonight. Let me do that. Mr. Fiber came in and worked on my stand for me a little bit. Bless him. And I did not get this set up before I came on tonight. Y'all talk amongst yourselves for a moment. But the 48-hour cowl is almost finished. Now, let me check it and see what it looks like. It looks a little bit haphazard. All right, let's check. I wonder if it's a little too close. So hopefully it will be pretty steady and it won't be shaky. How does that look to y'all? Oh my goodness, there's Cindy. Cindy, I've been so worried. I hadn't heard from you in so long. We're sending hugs and prayers and things for you, Cindy. Absolutely. You give Levi our love. And thank you for saying hello and letting me know you were okay. I'm so glad. Hello, Vicky. Come on in. Are you getting ready? I hope you don't have storms. I so hope you don't get it. I know that there were storms coming in your way, so you hang in there tonight, and I will come by and say hello when I can, okay? I'll just pop in and out whenever I can, because the grands are on their way to Texas, and you know I'm going to want to go see my grands. You've had your hands full, haven't you? Hey, Melissa. Good to see you. How's it going? All right, I'm going to get that out of the way. Let's put this here. Looks like I need to work on my, for some reason, the Zoom stuff is messed up. So let's switch it so it doesn't. Y'all talk amongst yourselves again. I'm going to remove the camera. Then I have to go into the settings because it looks a little too bright. We moved a bunch of stuff around because he was working on it. I'm going to turn that brightness down a little bit. Right, now let's see how that is. We'll be here when you get back. I'm not going anywhere. Ain't nobody chasing me away. Hello, Melissa. I'm so glad to see you. All right, there we go. I still think it's a little bit cockeyed. Here is where I am. And don't worry if you did not watch tonight's episode because I took lots of notes and I'm going to talk about it. That's what we're here to do. And I am on the next to last row, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll do this rest of this row and then one more row, and then I will do the ribbing. Then I will do this and it'll be finished. So I have 3 pattern rows, 3 charts done and stripes in between. Okay, let me get my notes out, and then I have some papers here, some papers that I cut, and we're going to do an activity. What we're going to do, well, I'll explain it to you here after a while, but I've got an activity that I want to do in order to choose the next episode, okay? All right, here we go. Where is my easel? Let me see if my easel will help me with my notes. So this episode it might work. I think I'm just going to do it like this for now, though. Get it over here where I can quit messing with things. Oh, that would be cute. Yeah, a doggy sweater would be really cute. Just have to put the holes in for the legs. Okay, this one was The Gaslighting of Hannah Letty. Now, thankfully, in this particular episode, nobody died. One of the few that we've done, right? Where nobody died. She nearly did, though. She nearly did. She was extremely lucky. Okay. I'm going to start, and most of this is not just a retelling of the episode, because it is that, but it's also my thoughts, and then I also want to hear your thoughts. And I do want to say that this episode does have some references to some things that might be hard for some people to listen to. And if that's the case, and I understand if you cannot, I have put links to hotlines in the description box. She almost did. You're right, Joan. She almost didn't make it. Okay. In the beginning of this episode, we hear from Hannah. We hear from her husband. We hear from her mother, the doctor who worked on her, that she was initially taken to, the prosecutor, Hannah Petty wound up in the hospital under protective order. She had been getting progressively sick. She had abdominal cramping, nausea, throwing up. Scans and tests show she has lead in her abdomen. A lot of it. In January of 2022, she had been sick for at least 6 months. She says that her husband, Brian Mann, could be very sweet, especially when she was sick. When she was sick, he was the sweetest to her. This takes place near Birmingham, Alabama, in Hartselle. Brian Mann is a nearly 30-year-old at the time chiropractor, and they have 2 children, one a boy who is 3 years old and a girl who is just 2. So we have to remember, Hannah was busy, very busy. She had small children. She had a husband who had a very busy life as a chiropractor. There was a lot going on. Hannah calls her mom and asks her to take her to the hospital. While she's in the exam room, she has a very severe seizure. As she's having this seizure, she accidentally rips off her gown, and underneath her gown, those in the room, along with her mom, see how very, very thin that she is. Her mom had described her as being yellow, as in jaundiced, She is skin and bones, literally skin and bones. The doctors tell her that Hannah really was within hours of dying. Nutritionally, she had nothing left. Hey, Kathy, your package is on the way. Hannah's mom, Nicole, sends a text to Hannah's husband, Brian. She tells him everything that has happened. She tells him that Hannah has had a seizure and that she is out. She says she'll be out. She's been out for 2 hours, and they are telling me that she's going to be out for even longer. I'm staying here, and I'm just letting you know, because if she doesn't text you back, that's why. Hey, Lori. He ignores Hannah's mom, Nicole. Ignores her texts. Now, she says this is not unusual. She says he's always ignored her. Ever since they've been together, that he has ignored her. He doesn't talk to her at anything. They have 2 small children. They have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. How is it possible that in all of this time he's been able to ignore her and not interact in any way? And why did Nicole let this happen? I know things happen in families. They do. I just can't fathom this no communication whatsoever, and that some sort of red flag was not thrown up long before this. You know what I mean? Like really, really long before this. Hi, Joyce. Because there's red flags everywhere for me. Everywhere in this relationship. Now, in the first part of this episode, it was very confusing for me. Okay. I see the interviewer. She's interviewing Hannah. She's interviewing the mother. She interviews the prosecutor. She interviews the detective. Well, I guess that some of that wasn't in the very first part of the episode, but she interviews Brian, and he is in plain clothes. He's sitting out, walking around. All is good, and I'm confused. I'm like, well, did he get away with this? I mean, like, did he like fully get away with it and we don't know? How is he out walking around? Is the chat freezing up? Yeah, it does it. It definitely does it. In Brian's interview with the reporter, he says that he was at the day that Hannah goes to the hospital. He said he was in communication with his mother, and that his mother was communicating with Hannah. He does not say at all why he did not speak to Nicole. He arranged daycare for the 2 children and went to the hospital, but that he was unable to go inside the room. The hospital was only allowing 1 visitor in the room. Now, this is his story, and this is backed up a little bit by the people who were by 48 hours. The story is backed up a little bit by what they portray in this show. And he's mad because he wanted Hannah's mother to switch out with him. So he wanted her to let him go in for a while. Now, I will bet that at this point, Hannah's mother is already trying to protect her. She's thinking she's going to lose her for one thing. She's thinking that she's going to die. They've told her how close to death she is. She's had this massive seizure. She's been out for hours. I'm quite certain she didn't even want to leave the room, thinking that she might lose her. And then on top of that, she probably felt that he had done something. Hannah was unconscious for almost 2 days. When she woke up, her mom was in the room. Brian had gone to work. He did get to go in the room. He was in the room for quite some time. And of course, she was out the whole time. And then he left to go to his office to go to work. Hannah's mom comes back in. She gives her a kiss on the forehead, and Hannah wakes up and has no idea that she's been asleep. The hospital staff, not long after this, the hospital staff put Hannah in a medical coma because she has so much fluid on her brain, and they need to try to shrink this fluid on her brain. And they are trying to decide how to flush all of the stuff out of her abdomen. When they do the x-rays, her entire abdomen, all the way to the bone, is full of lead. Hi, Bubby. You coming up? Come on. No, I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing. What? It's okay. Yeah. She was dying of lead poisoning. Brian, in his interview with the reporter, is back to Nicole did it, the mom. Okay. And he thinks that she did it on the way from to the hospital. That when she went and picked her up, something between when she picked her up and took her to the hospital, that she did something to her, and that's when it all happened, that she did it. He's saying that he wanted Hannah to go to the doctor all along because she was sick, and he didn't know why she was sick. He wanted her to get help because he knew she was getting thin. And he said, "Oh, that's too much. I don't know why you're so thin." Now, the hospital is required to report suspicious acts, circumstances, anything that looks really looks really bad. They have to report it. Anything they're worried about, because when they see how she was so close to death from the mere starvation alone, someone should have been taking care of her. And they asked Nicole, they said, "Why have you not done something before now?" And she says, "Well, she doesn't live with me. She has a husband." This is all before he gets there. So they put signs on her door after they put her in this coma. They put signs on her door, and they will not allow Nicole or Brian in the room anymore, because now they are, at this point, they don't know. They don't know whether she did it to herself. They don't know whether he did it, and they don't know whether Nicole did it. So they now have, everybody is now under suspicion, because nobody knows who did this to her. What they do know is that she had to have ingested it, and that's attempted murder. Brian is still saying that Nicole did it. He says Nicole was critical of Hannah, that she would say things like, you know, why are you eating that? What kind of makeup are you using? What are you, like picking at her. He said she picked at her all the time, why'd you do this and why'd you do that? Oh, I got to go back. You guys, because on this row, let me see. Let me count again, because I lost count. Yeah, this is where we cut the yarn and we do the ribbing. I have a lot of both of these yarns left. A lot. Because these fall apart, and so there's this plus this that fell off of it. Okay. Where was I? So Brian keeps saying that she was controlling, that she did things that were hurtful to Hannah, and that she this and she that, right? Hi, Sharon. Hannah comes back when the interviewer asks her about this. Hannah says that's not true. In reality, it couldn't be true. As an adult, making adult decisions, because Hannah was 1 month from graduating when she moved out. She graduated from high school. She turned 18. She was just barely, all of this was just barely coming into adulthood when she met Brian. They met in November. He proposed to her by February, and they were married by May. And she told her friends at the wedding that he was controlling, and she was having second thoughts. She had cold feet. She was having second thoughts. And instead of actually backing out like she should have, because everyone, her mother, her friends, everyone told her, well, you don't have to marry him. Nothing says you have to marry him. I will say that happens. Yep, he is on his bone. Serbs is on the bone, y'all. He definitely on the bone. And he makes it sound really He is really going at it because of the floor in here. You know, there's space underneath the building, and it makes it echo. But you know, I thought that I was in love with my girls' father, when in reality, I was in love with the idea. I was in love with the idea of being married, having children, getting a house, the picket fence, which literally I had the picket fence, all of those things. I was in love with the idea of that. I was not really in love with him. So I can understand where some of this comes from. However, Hannah admits that during their relationship that Brian and her would get into physical confrontations. But she just didn't, she was young, very young, and very, like I said, in that mind frame, it's difficult to make girls understand what they're really seeing, what it really is. There was a story of how, now this was a story told by Hannah's friends, a couple of her friends, that's told a story about when Hannah was having their first child, their son. Brian was nearly thrown out of the room during the birth. He was nearly thrown out of the room because the nurses did not like the way he was treating Hannah. And they gave her a safe word, and they said, "We have this word. We're telling you this word. If at any time you want him out and you want us to call someone, you want this all to, you want any, anything, you just say that word and we'll take care of it." But she never did it. Then we get to a point with the interviewer where Brian says, they're talking about how he feels about Hannah, all of these things, that he really loved her, that it was just a match made in heaven. It was this, that, and the other thing, that he adored her. That yes, they had problems, but that at one point he told her, "Look, I am your biggest fan. And if you'll just listen to me, it'll all be okay." And she said that she did. And when she did that, when she gave in to him and everything went his way, everything was fine because he had full control. When the hospital said the only way that Hannah could have gotten all of this lead in her body was to ingest it, Nicole remembered something that Hannah had said to her, which was that Brian was giving her vitamins, supplements. Being a chiropractor, he would sell supplements in his office, and he was giving Hannah supplements. So, first of all, I take my own medicine. I don't need Mr. Fiber coming in and putting my medicine on my nightstand and saying, "Now you take those." I am in my own mind. well, for now anyway, there's nobody going to tell me you take this and not even know what they are either. Just to throw some pills on your nightstand and say you have to take them. That's not happening. But that's what she was doing. And that's what he was doing. And then he refused to bring the supplements, which he said were harmless supplements. He refused and never did take them into the hospital so that the hospital would know what she was taking. So the hospital could use that as information to try to help her. And he would not do it. So the hospital contacted the police and they said, you're going to have to compel him to send that medicine up here so that we can see what she's been taking. We need to find out where this came from. We need to be able to help her. So there's a detective named Officer McDermott. And he says, I need some help from you. He said that, they've asked me to come and see if I can help you find what might be the problem. So they go to the house and they go through everything, her makeup and this and that, and that they don't find anything. This is Brian telling the story, how they don't find anything. And I have to tell you, sitting there watching this guy, he's really good with his facial movements and his reactions. He's really hard to read. And I get this like he's a creep thing right away. And nothing he has said or done up to this point in the program has alleviated any concern I have over what he's been doing with her. There's nothing he's done that is making me feel like this guy didn't do something. Nothing. Up to this point, I can't figure out, it all looks like it's him, right? After they go through the house, Brian quits cooperating. He's done. You've looked at my house. I've got nothing to do with this, and I'm done. I'm not going to help you with the investigation. I'm not doing any more. And there wasn't any real evidence to move forward at this point. The inspector said that, the detective, he says, I don't know what, I couldn't do a whole lot because I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything to go on. I couldn't arrest him. I didn't have enough to arrest him. I didn't even know what happened. He went to the hospital to try to talk to Hannah, and she was in a coma, so he couldn't talk to her. All right, I got to turn my air conditioner on, y'all. I hope it doesn't make too much noise. It's gotten a lot more humid. So Hannah fights to get better. She pushes herself. There's a group of young just check in the chat. There's a group of young nurses and doctors at the hospital, and they all are rooting for her and trying to help her as much as they possibly can to get better. And she fights and she walks and she exercises and she eats and she does all the things to get out of there. The day that she's released from the hospital, they tell her that because of all of the things that had happened to her, she is no longer able to have children. And yet she still continues to talk to Brian. In spite of everything, she keeps talking to him. She files for a divorce, but she keeps talking. She goes to the house where they had lived. She sits down with him and they talk. They have a discussion about what to do. Hello, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, it's actually pretty okay outside. It's just the air's not moving in here. I've got my fan on, but I've been having hot flashes too. That's a whole new thing. I hadn't had them in a long time, but here they are. So this next part of the program, Hannah kind of goes back and forth with, I'm going to divorce him, and then I'm going to stay with him, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. Very indecisive. He's really, I think at this point, he's continuing to gaslight her. He's continuing to make her think that it's her mother, that it was her, that it was, if she would just give in and do everything he wants, everything will be fine. Just go back to doing what I want you to do. Everything will be fine. And I think that's why they called this the gaslighting of Hannah. Now, she had told the detective she wanted him to quit investigating. She wanted to drop all the charges and all of these things. And he does something brilliant. And I don't know if this is something that they always do or if this is something he came up with all on his own. Okay? Because they may ask people to sign something. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But he asks her to sign a piece of paper saying that if Brian kills her, they're not going to be held responsible for having stopped the investigation. And at that point, Hannah says, okay, I'm not signing that. You keep investigating. And she goes through with the divorce. And she stays away from him. And she goes to the detective. And she sits down and they have some conversations. And he asks her about insurance. And she says, yes, I have, Brian took out life insurance on me. While they were dating. They weren't even married yet. He took life insurance out on her while they were dating. He tried to take out more life insurance while she was in the hospital. Had Hannah actually died, he would have gotten $5 million in life insurance. Well, that's a motive. That's a definite motive. The detective takes all of that, along with the fact that Brian is the only one who even had access to her. There is no way anybody else could have given her these pills. Her mother could not have given her the pills. She didn't have access to her because she wasn't allowed to be there when Brian was there. So now we come to find out why he is not in jail garb or whatever in this first part of this program, because in a rare move, the judge in this case, after he is charged, the judge has him released but he requires him to go in on the weekend and be in jail over the weekend. He has to report to the jail and be in jail all weekend, but through the week, he says, you have to go out and you have to work because you have to provide for your children and your wife. You need to pay the bills, you need to work. So he's working during the week and going to jail on the weekend. It is true, Terry, actually. I've heard this many, many a time. It just all depends on who the policy is with and how much digging they do. Okay, so he's working. They're trying to get all of this evidence together. They don't really have a whole lot. They're working on all of this while he is out of jail, and they're trying to put it all together and get a court date together. In the meantime, in walks Danny Hill. Danny Hill is a contractor. And he's watching TV and he sees this chiropractor on TV, and he says to himself, I did work for that guy. There it is. I worked on his office. I put lead in his office. Lead for the x-ray room. He lined this guy's office, the x-ray room, he lined it with lead. Well, I got to talk to the people. So he calls in. And he tells them, he said, when I got done with that job, I had leftover lead. A lot of jobs, you have supplies left over, and there was leftover these sheets. What they did was this sheets of this really soft lead. It would roll up like similar to a pool, when you have this pool and the pool has been, all the water and air has been taken out of it, and you roll that rubber pool up, and that's what this lead sheet looks like. And they take that and they put it in between the walls. Well, he left some of that behind because Brian said, well, I'll take care of it. So the hypothesis is that Brian had taken this leftover lead sheeting. He had carved, it's very soft. He had carved little bits of this out, and he had put it in those capsules that he was giving to her every night, and giving her these capsules to take with this lead in it. So now moving forward to the trial, Brian hires a defense attorney who's a bodybuilder. It's a big guy. I mean, it's a big guy. And he's a defense attorney. The defense attorney hypothesizes that it was Nicole. He's going to blame it on Nicole, the mom. And he said she was coming over there every day and she was giving her milkshakes with the lead in it. That it's all Nicole, because Brian tells this story about one time when Hannah was sick. She was a little girl and she was in second grade, and she got sick and she spent like a week in the hospital. And Brian was convinced that it was because her mother, Nicole, had done something to her to make her sick. And so he had actually convinced Hannah that her mother had done something to her. So they're saying, well, and Hannah says, well, I don't drink milkshakes. I don't even like milkshakes. And I don't even remember her ever coming over and giving me a milkshake. Ever. Didn't happen. Now, ultimately, Brian is found guilty. Hey, Suzanne. He is found guilty and he is sentenced to life in jail without parole. And 48 Hours interviewed a male juror, and the male juror said this guy was arrogant, pompous, and they all felt, number one, first of all, it takes a certain kind of person to watch someone else's downfall. Someone else just gets sick and sick and sick and thinner, and he had to have seen how she was getting. He had to have known. There's no way that she went 6 months of this and him not know something was happening to her as her being his wife. And that took a certain kind of person to do that. And in the end, when she is interviewed, she admits that she has come to the realization that Brian never loved her. She knows that now. She graduated from college and is now a teacher. She and her own children were able to move back into their original home. Oh no, Arity. Sorry about that. Maybe it'll come right back on. And again, I did put a link down below for the National Domestic Violence Hotline. And now I want to do something we haven't done before. I need to, she's going to be, I'll wait till you get back to open your box too. I have that box from Arity to open. Here's what I want to do. I want each of you, okay, Arity, while you do that, I'm going to do something else. I want you all to tell me what state you live in, and I'm going to write those states down on these pieces of paper. And then I'm going to find an episode that correlates with the state that you're in. I'll pick a piece of paper out of this container, and whichever state it is, then we'll do one that comes out of that state. How's that sound? Y'all follow me? Okay. Massachusetts. I never can spell Massachusetts. Florida. Minnesota. New Hampshire. Ohio. Wisconsin. May not be able to read my own writing, but that's okay. Tennessee. Louisiana. Canada. Rhode Island, California. Hold on, y'all. Gonna get behind. Rhode Island. Canada. California. Colorado. Arizona. Oh, thank you, Tank. Illinois. Or Illinois. Depends on how you say it. Utah. Utah. Georgia. Man, we got a lot already. Did I get Arizona? I don't think I got Arizona. Yeah, a 48 hours episode in your neighborhood. Exactly. Nevada. You know, I've lived in several of these states. Yep. I'll have to let y'all know. Mona, you're California too, aren't you? Or were you Canada? Can't remember. Did I get them all? Did I say yours? Okay, now I'm going to fold them. I'm going to fold them each. I'm going to say these as I put them in here, okay? So y'all, if you don't hear your state, say it again, okay? If you don't hear your state. Florida, Wisconsin, Arizona, Nevada, Ohio, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. See, I didn't have that one, Mona. New York. California, Canada, Louisiana, New Hampshire, Minnesota. I can't say it without saying it that way. Hey, Lalana. Georgia. That would be interesting. I wonder if anybody's ever done that. No, it's got to be Florida. It's always Florida. Don't you know the thing about Florida man? Utah, Colorado, from my family, Arizona, Illinois, Tennessee, New York. Got to put Texas in here too. Yep, got to put Texas. Did I get everybody? I think I might need to put it. I can reach. In this little bitty one. So what we're going to do, I'm going to choose one, and then I will find a 48 hours episode. Virginia, somebody here was from Virginia. Did I not put that in there? Yeah, it's better anyway. Okay, now I'm going to pick one. New York. That's right. Old Joe's in Virginia. That's right. Okay, we're going with New York. So I'm going to leave New York out for now. Kimberly, what state are you in? Hey, Nifty, what state are you in? Let's see if I will put you in for next time. It's okay. There's always the replay. Okay, Florida I've already got. The Florida man, always in Florida. There's this whole thing about true crime in Florida for some reason. Okay, so I will let you guys know. Well, and I'll do a little look. Okay, I've got Canada in there. But what I can do, I can put Ontario because I know that is actually how y'all do it over there. I have a plain old Canada, and then I will put Ontario in there. How's that? Put it in there for next time. Okay, now we'll see what Arity sent me. I probably don't have this up the correct way. Let me see. Nope, I don't. I do not. Good to see you, Nifty. Oh, I've been watching her lately. She's a sweetheart, isn't she? She's doing a bunch of journaling stuff. It's fun. Also, that reminds me, if you have a channel and you would like someone to go over and check you out, put Teal, Teal, in the comments, and it will drop your link. Oh. I'm gonna move this other camera actually. Manitoba. Okay, I'll put that down too. Hold on. It is peaceful. Yes, it is. Oop. Better be done. I just knocked the camera. It is done. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. First of all, there's a bag, and y'all know I'm a bag lady. This one is from Beautiful Sister. You'll see Beautiful Sister. There's something in here. Is there a card in here? Arity? You do. I love you too. What's nice? It's got a pocket on the inside right here. It's got its nice lime green. Now this one, Beautiful Sister, is Mira. Is Mira. Card. Oh, and guess what else is in here? Ooh, it's my Valentine's. Some notepads. My Valentine's. Love it. This one's a box bottom too. Look at that. Ooh, that's nice. Y'all know I'm a bag lady. That is nice. Thank you so much. I'm going to set that over there. Kind of move this a little bit over so I can, there, get away from that thing. Oh. There we go. Okay. Card. Oh, there's more hearts. There's more hearts in there. Happy Valentine's. Oh. Stuff's coming out. Oh, that's fun. Look at, they're little foam hearts. Sparkle ones. They don't shed. Non-shedding. Thank you very much. Well, there's a few little, but it's not bad. Oh, those are fun. Happy Palantine. Happy Palantine. I love you. Lots of love, Arity. Look at that. Palantine. Love it. Oh, I'm going to put these in here. That is very cute. You know I'm going to use those for sure. I'll use those on cards. They'll get put on different cards. I got to make some more cards because I sent every bit of my cards out. So Linda and Kathy didn't get a card because I didn't get any done. Are they stickers? She's saying they're stickers. Oh, they are. Oh, that's even better. They're stickers. That's even better. Okay. Fibra Natura Danina. Never had this one. 100% extra fine merino superwash. Never had this one. Ooh, that's nice. 100% extra fine superwash, 50 grams, 180 yards. So I have 100 grams here. Perfect for color work. That is perfect for color work. You've had some of those, Lori? Nice. This is Fibra Natura, and it's made in Italy, you guys. This is an Italian wool, Danina. I guess that's a DK. No, it's a sport. Well, that's good. So I have a bunch of sport over there that I have to decide what to do with, and I think color work would be great. You know, I send stuff out all the time. It is so nice to get something like that. You guys are, that's just awesome. Oh my gosh. What in the world? Oh my gosh. You see all that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. I see what's down in the bottom of there. This is Valley Yarn, Southampton, 72% kid mohair and 28% mulberry silk. This is Valley Yarns, and it's called Southampton. This is like going to the LYS. Arity, this is like me going shopping at the LYS with you. Love this color. 25 grams, 230 yards. This is a lace weight. So Valley Yarns is a Webb's brand. Do y'all know Webb's brand? Now, do they still put their stuff out with Webb's on it? Because I think that's yarn.com now. I think they've changed it to yarn.com. This is made in South Africa for Valley Yarns. Yeah, it says yarn.com on down on here. The color is 024. Local yarn store, LYS. It is so soft. It's very nice. I'll show you. There's a little, it's a fluff ball, and there's a little thread running through the fluff. See that? It's a lace weight. Yeah, it's yarn.com. Yeah. Oh, there's two. There's two of them. That's 460 yards. So that's enough to go with a skein of fingering weight yarn to hold with a fingering weight yarn. Now you could do a lacy project. I've actually never done anything working with something this small in a lacy project before. I admire them, but I haven't done it. Gosh, where to look? Okay. %100% superwash. Look at this one. Never heard of this before. These are Chicago. Chicago. Is this a local? This is Fleur Fiber, where fiber, color, and creativity converge. The colorway is Fairy Flight. The base is Acadian, so that's what they call their base. 100% superwash, 100 grams, and 400 yards. So see, I could hold these together to make something really fun. Fairy Flight. And then there's another one in here from this same place in this blue. 100% superwash. Soft Summer Rain. It's time. Go see Dad. Where's your green toy? Where is it? And they could go together. Really, a circular shawl? I've been wanting to do one of those too. Fleur fiber. She doesn't die anymore. Oh, this is precious stash, Arity. I know what that means. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, it's green toy time, which means I'm going to have to go get my medicine here in a minute, too. Oh, that's very kind of you. Okay, let's look at this one. This is saying hat. Supernova. This is hand dyed in mid-Michigan. Supernova Dye Works. Look at that color. Oh, you went to her booth at YarnCon. Look at that one. Supernova. This is called Pondering My Orb. That's a great name. Pondering My Orb. That's funny. This is her Atria DK, which is and it's 100% superwash. 240 yards and 100 grams. And her too at YarnCon. Oh, this is very soft. This is a nice base. I bet this is more of a worsted, right? But it's a single. This one's a single. Some of you call them roving yarns, but they're not all considered roving if they don't go thin to thick and back and forth. This is more of a single, so it doesn't have a ply around it. But it has a bit of a halo on it too. It is very nice wool. What, pray tell, is your orb? I like that. That's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Can't believe you did this, Arity. Okay, here's one. YarnCon again. Northern Bee Studio. They have clubs. This was back in 2017. 2017. So that coupon is actually not any good anymore. Look at that one. Now, this is a base you don't see too often anymore. Okay? You don't really see this base very often. This one is a fingering weight base, and it has a nice twist on it. It's 100% superwash, 435 yards. This is Lichens and Hyacinths. Northern Bee Studio. This is her shawl sock, and it's called Lichens and Hyacinths. She was from Alaska. Hand dyed in small batches in Juneau. I could see this being very drapey, like it says on here. That's so pretty. And this needs to be a spring, something spring-like, doesn't it? Something spring. It's actually a very delicate, maybe some knits. I could see Cindy doing knits in these. That's so pretty. Okay, here's another. This one is Knit Circus. It's an Alaska hat kit. I haven't done the Alaska hat yet. Oh. Knit Circus yarns. I've heard of them. See, some of these are places that haven't been to any of the places I've been. Hey, Maribel. Something about Guthrie. So this says Alaska Hat Yarn Pack. Greatest of Ease is the base. 80% superwash and 20% nylon. Machine wash cool. 2 cakes is 200 yards each. So I have 100 grams. And it is Hawaiian Sunset and the Sensible Miss Dashwood. The Sensible Miss Dashwood. Is that a book that I don't know about? Joan, you've made one. I haven't made one yet. That is really pretty. This one has a marl on it. See it? So this would be the main color, and then you do the color work in this one. I have the book. Yeah. That's one of those things I've been wanting to do. Yeah, something just catches your eye, right? Yeah, see, these are northern yarn companies that I don't normally see come down here. This is another one from Supernova. Dana Brunger, owner and dyer behind Supernova. And there's 2 of these. In the Gemma fingering. These were one of a kinds. OOAK, one of a kinds. Hey, Annie. Look at these citrusy colors. It's something red. It was in with something red. Hand dyed in mid-Michigan. Gemma fingering, which is 95% superwash and 5% stellina. And this color is called those ice cream novelty characters. That's pretty. You know, actually I have a sparkle yarn over there that this would go really well with. Oh, medicines. I'll do that in a minute. Oh, those are pretty. These are also singles. I love singles. Get some great stitch definition on a single. Hey, Annie. Oh, that was the other Annie. Yeah, Annie, what state do you live in? And I will add you to the box. We have picked this week already, but I'll put your state in the container. Wow. Okay, did you get it? You guys, do you remember me saying that I had this book at one time and I had gotten rid of it? Thank you so much for that. That's so cool. Now I have it back again. Perfect for crime night to get this. Single ply, yes. Oklahoma. Okay, I need to put Oklahoma in. I will do that. One moment, please. Oklahoma. Da, 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 da. Don't know the words. Yeah, this is the one that started me on true crime. As you all know, this is the story that we did this again just recently. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. It's got the pictures in the center. It's one of those that has the pictures in the center. Wow. This may be something I sit down and read again um, in the bedroom now that we have it all. What is that? It's another bag. How fun. Look at this one. Enemies to lovers, stirred with a dagger, garnished with a kiss. It's a thrift books bag. What is trope trove? I don't know what trope trove is. But the other bag will probably go in here. Yes, via the states. Better is Annie. Okay, Crafty Annie, I forget what state you're in. She knows I'm such a bag lady. This is a book bag. It's a definite book bag because it's, see the way it sits? West Virginia. We don't have that one yet either. We picked New York this week. And so what I will do is I'm going to pick a 48 hours episode that takes place in New York. And then next week, you want to know how a dyslexic spells West Virginia? We're going to do that again. That is not how you spell West Virginia. Did I get what? He retired. So he retired from work and just doing YouTube full time. But his Pennsylvania, I did not. Okay, one thing at a time. West Vir. I did it again. I'm gonna run out of slips. I'm high on yarn fumes right now. Okay, does that look right? I hope that looks right. Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. LJ, I forget where you are. What state you're in. Linda's been listening. Okay. Yeah, I imagine his treatments and stuff. But I'm glad to hear he's okay. Made me very happy. The yarn fumes made me so happy. Arity, that is just an unbelievable box. Unbelievable. I don't know. All I can say is thank you. Thank you very, very much. And that it means a very great deal that you thought of me. That's fun. That's going to be fun. I am probably, when I do like the hat or project here, I don't know. This will probably be for books. But what is Trope Trove? I don't know what that is. Do they have a sister site? Just thrift, because I have bought thrift books for ages. But do they have a sister site called Trope Trove, or is that something different? I'm not familiar with that. That was the best. Oh, so fun. So what was the update on Nancy Guthrie? Anything really, really significant? Okay, Minnesota, I got that one. She says Minnesota. I got Minnesota. You're in there. You're in there. All right. I need to go get my medicine real quick, and then y'all think of anything that we do need to talk about, okay, before we go. I'll be right back. Mr. Fiber is watching the racing. It's racing weekend. I bet you that Chris is watching it too. Crochet Creations by Christy. I bet she's watching it too. We love you, Arity. You've been a very much a bright spot here since you came in, and very, very happy to have you here and to be friends. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I got my shot on Monday in my sciatica. I don't know if y'all can tell how much better I'm moving. I barely need my stick this week at all. Just a little bit here and there getting up or just trying to steady myself. But other than that, I will get up and then I'll put it down and then just leave it. And I've been we've been walking, all of that stuff, doing good. And my hip is much better. I've been able to do the steps. It's been so much better. So much better. I don't know how long it will last. But I can tell you, I was so worried about getting that shot. And then when I went in there, he assured me, he said, we do these all the time. Oh, shoot, my chat's not moving. Could be a sponsor. I'll have to look them up. So yes, I did see they put out a sketch. A sketch artist did that based on what, though? What I wasn't sure was what they did the sketch based on. Is there a new video with a picture of someone or a picture of someone? Thank you. Sticks and Journey. That's what I like. Sticks and Journey. Okay, so, but what was it based on? Yes, thank you. You can do a Floozie raid over to Michael, who is doing a 24-hour marathon. Thank you all. Oh, yeah. I'm trying not to overdo. I'm just enjoying it not being so bad. Okay, so they use the eyes and the lips of the person in the mask. Based on the Ring camera. Mm. Y'all can see what I think of that. We'll see. We'll see how close she gets. We'll see. I don't know. But just enough coffee to take my meds. Yeah, time will tell. You know what's been interesting to me? Watching this all unfold in the media and then kind of waiting to see how much of it is actually coming to fruition, how much of it is actually on the mark for what's been being unveiled, how much of that is actually on the mark, of those that are making the predictions, of those that are saying what they think, how much of that is actually close enough to what's really been happening. That's what I've been watching. Exactly. Girl, I see a lot of them in Texas. The minute I saw him go and walk from that archway up to the door, I said Hispanic. He's tall, he's Hispanic, he's not all that heavy set based on what I'm seeing. And wearing the gun here like that is a Mexican thing. And I say that with all endearment. He gone. He did something to her and she's gone. He's gone. That's all I'm saying. I hope I'm wrong. Hey, Debbie. What I want is I want Brian Anton to go and take a nice long nap. He's been nonstop. He's starting to get this look. He needs to get some sleep. Y'all let Brian Anton sleep, okay? Oh goodness. Yeah, and all that is bullshit. All of that is bullshit. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's all bullshit. Just saying. Well, Arizona, Texas, yeah. Yeah, and they ain't far from the border. He gone. There is one corridor that is they're right on the border, and there's one corridor there that is really hard to keep closed. Really hard to keep closed. They had a lot of trouble right there keeping it closed. So my thing is, I feel like somebody possibly could have been involved, but at this point right now, it doesn't feel like it. I did until they started doing political stuff. I watch a lot of people until the political stuff comes up, and then I quit watching them, and they're one of them. I enjoyed them until then. So, just saying, you missed the first part of my show here. It was that in the very beginning I said, if you get political, I don't want it on my channel, and I don't watch it. So, um, just saying, because my time is my time, and I want it for my own enjoyment in my own world or for whatever I'm doing, and I just don't want that. It's not what I want. Yeah, yeah. I know it's not even. They said it was less than that. It's like 50 miles. Somewhere the closest from there to the border is about 50. So, okay, that's what I got now. Tomorrow is Walmart with Dad. He has an appointment next week. I have an appointment next week. My follow up isn't until the 23rd, I think. I don't think so. I think that this might be the same guy that might have been hanging around in that area. I think the stuff in his backpack is the stuff he sleeps with. All of that stuff. He's a drifter, and I think that shit went wrong. I think he went in there. He was going to take some stuff, but shit went wrong, and then he had to do something about it. Then he had to get rid of the camera because he at least knew that much, but he's not all that smart. And now he's gone. That's how I feel about it right now. That. Well, I think he'd been casing that area. It's probably not the first house he's tried to get into. He managed to find his way into this one. Thank you, Arity. Whistle. I'd like that removed, please. That one needs to be removed if you don't mind. For some reason, it won't let me from here. There we go. We'll do it that way. Ooh, what did I get? My move goal. I got my move goal, my exercise goal. Now I just have to do, I got almost 7,000 steps. Now I just have to do, yeah. Good night, everyone. Love y'all. Have a great night. And we will see you later. Okay? Enjoy your weekend and happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, Arity. All right. Bye, everybody.